super late in starting today, but it's okay. Let me probably get some more light on the situation. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday. I'm just kind of chilling out for right now. Getting ready for the day, even though it's the afternoon. Whatever. It's Sunday. It's the day to do everything that you didn't do the whole rest of the week. It's a day of rest, so to speak. So, question, will this hold? Negative. Alright. I guess I can plug it in later. No big deal. Okay. Maybe? Sort of. Whatever. Right. Okay. So our heads here over. Alright. This last week was fairy core, so I am wearing my butterfly little over jacket shawl thingy, whatever. I actually came up with an idea the other day because I was watching like a content creator who does makeup with like some cleaning product thing that they were using, right? And I was like, well, you're wasting all that product. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, I wonder if there's a way that I could create art from it. And so I got this little like canvas thing at Goodwill the other day. And I started whenever I needed to clean my brush or my little, like the plastic thing that comes inside the container, I just started rubbing it on here. I don't know if that means anything or if that matters to anybody, but I'm actually going to sell this when I get done with it. I want you to know that you can create from anything. And I want you to understand that it doesn't take a lot of money to create. You just look at what's around you. You guys already have like everything that you'll ever need right in front of you at all times. I mean, it's all within you already. You are the creator. So yeah. So I'm going to create from my leftovers, so to speak. And yesterday I did like a gold here, like gold interior, and dark green out here, and then I used purple up in here. I didn't take any pictures of it or anything like that, and I probably should, but YOLO. So, and then I also found this I had found like an entire kit of kids makeup at Goodwill. And in the bins, like a lot of times, like the pieces are broken or like there's missing parts to it, or like you may not want the whole thing, you'll just take a portion of it kind of thing. So and it was falling apart, but I grabbed this little makeup tin in the bin, and it was one color that was like completely off from every other color that I have. The others that were in there, they didn't have, like, it was all the same stuff. So I grabbed that, and I thought that was kind of cool. I also found this eyeliner that I'm actually using for lip liner because it's like the shade that I wanted, and I can't find the shade that I wanted anywhere else. So, at least not in my knowledge. So, I was going to do that. And I'm going to do the aesthetic wheel today, and I'm going to let Jeff pick a color. So, Bay! Pick a color! Okay. Yellow it is. So today's aesthetic core color is yellow. So I'm going to have, which is kind of cool because my nails already have yellow in them. Yay. I don't think I have any yellow clothes. Oh yeah, I do. I have that yellow gingham. And then I have like this yellow top. I don't want to wear pants today though. It's too freaking hot. I've been sundresses all summer. No bra. Panties are awful. So what I mean? So just undress, right? So all right, gonna attempt at my lack of. All right, so I already took a shower. I did not do my hair. Today is not a wash day for the hair. Um, so, but tonight I'll be dyeing my hair. So that's the reason why I didn't wash it today. Um, so I typically just dye my roots, like a Revlon, somewhere between. I'm gonna try this 47 and see how dark it is, but that's what I like to do. I have a lot of what my daughter calls frosting. So I don't have gray hair. I have like silver hair, which is like epically shiny. And I don't know how it's going to look if I start to try to grow it out because I haven't grown out my hair or not dyed my hair consistently in a long time. Like a very long time. So I don't even know what my hair color looks like now. As I, because as you get older, your hair color changes. It starts to get salt and peppery, and then maybe possibly turning it, either gray, staying salt and pepper, or going completely white. It's gonna be interesting if I decide to stop dyeing my hair to see how it looks naturally. That'd be weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, so. Oh, I missed the stretch yesterday. Sorry. My bad. So, alright. Face. So the first thing you do is wash your face, right? In some kind of like astringent. So before I can even do my makeup, I have to go to the bathroom. And then I have to come in here and do my makeup. And then go back in there to do my hair. So, anyway. For the one person that watches me on a regular basis, kudos to you. I'm just going to start recording everything about my life because that seems like that's all that people ever do. Oh, my bad. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to use, all right, so in the shower, I use the Soap and Glory. I love this company. This company's so awesome. I really wish they would sponsor me. I love their stuff. It's vitamin C face wash, and it smells. It's very mentholy, and it's got like little beads in it and stuff. Like so, it's super exfoliating. Anyway, it's really awesome. I use this Dollar Tree. Most of my stuff's from the Dollar Tree or Goodwill. Dollar Tree brush thing that has a like a little thing on the back. I don't know if you can see the textures on that. And then this brush is so soft. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I use that. And then I use, it's that way. I can, let me. I use, okay. So this is a toner. It's from Revolution Skin, and it's 5% glycolic acid. I don't know. It's bright. It says brightening. I will. Well, I'm out of what I usually use to put it on my face. So I'm just gonna put it on my hands. I'm gonna just toner. When you don't have anything, you use whatever you can, right? All right, so we washed toner, right? So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and dry. Wash my hands because it's so sticky after a minute. Put that back. Okay. And it shouldn't take long. It's only going to take like maybe a minute or so. All right. So I did kind of get suckered into the dupes from the dollar store, Dollar General or whatever, right? I had seen, I believe it was on like Lemonade or something, where people were talking about like some of the higher named, like higher branded, quality, whatever products that are out there now, and some of them that are sold cheaper with less quality, but they're similar or just as good as the regular ones, right? So, one of them that I found was, what is the name of the company? Global Beauty Care. If y'all know any information about them, please let me know. But I did hear that they are doing pretty well for dollar store dupes. So this one, oh, I shouldn't have shook it. Let me see if I have the other one still not shaken. All right. So this is what it looks like when you first pick it up. See how it's separated? It's got like two different colors. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Gosh, it's like no, the lighting in here is so bad. Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But there's like almost like a oil water thing going on this thing. And it's called Retinol Renewing Double Serum. Now mind you, I'm 40 plus. So refine skin tone and texture with peptides. And remember, this is $1.25. Okay, so I'm probably either A, putting chemicals on my face that are probably never going to fix it ever in the first place, or it's going to do really good. So it's a 50-50 shot, YOLO, right? So $1.25 plus tax. So and this is the first one that I had. I bought this like a month ago. I use it every day. Every day. Both of these. So my understanding is that when in the morning times you use the serums, right? And at night is when you use the retinols or the other kind of complexes, okay? So I'm not going to put the oil on right now. This is a nighttime routine. But you could. You could use it at any point in time. I'm just saying part of whatever routine that you're doing. Now, this other one is called a power serum. It's got 6 benefits in one, it says. Refines texture, even tone, firm, hydrate, smooth, and brighten. Now, another thing that you can do, which I do normally do, is put ice, like an ice pack. It's to help with this part underneath your eyes right here. See how mine's already damaged right in this area? It's from me not taking care of myself, and plus I'm getting older. So, and I don't have like any kind of Botox, or I never really used foundation as makeup. Like on this part of my face, I rarely ever use makeup, especially underneath here. This is probably either, mainly because of age, sun, crying, not sleeping properly, or sleeping too much, crying, and squinting because I have really bad eyesight and I don't have glasses. And again, sun, being outside in the sun constantly makes your eyes squint. This line right here is specifically from me sleeping on this side of my face. Wrinkles. It's mostly because it's your skin and it moves, right? One thing I never really understood is why you don't get wrinkles on your back. Why doesn't your back ever age like your face does? Good concept to think about. Anyway, so again, sun. So SPF as much as possible in your youth, naturally. Moisturize, hydrate as much as you can in your youth prior to turning 40 or 30 even if you can. If you do have to go out in the sun, make sure that you're hydrating extra, as well as, put moisturizer on your face, put SPF on your face before you go out. Face goes all the way down. So, Think of that. And then also try to stay away from things that like puff up your skin. Because you got to remember, just like a balloon, after a while, that elasticity is completely gone. So you don't want to use a whole lot of plumping agents until you absolutely freaking have to. Okay? Like right before an event. You're not supposed to be using them every day. Unless you want to look like a wrinkly old balloon by the time you're 30, don't use plumpers on your face. Okay? Even for around your lip area. I know a lot of us love those little lip plumpers. It makes us look awesome for about 15 minutes, right? But yeah, try to reserve all that plumping agent, especially when you're young, until like right before an event. Because you're going to end up like getting more wrinkles and having more issues with your skin when you get older if you continue to use those while you're younger. Also, caking your skin. Your skin has pores, and your pores actually, like your skin actually receives oxygen. Everything that is in your body is absorbed through your skin, through what you eat, you drink, you know? So be more mindful of what you're putting on there. Like I said, I don't even know if this stuff is going to be good for me or not in the long run. I just know the benefits that are happening right now, right? But just like anything else, yeah, it could be all fine and great right now, but later on down the road, it could be really horrible. So try to lean into that. Now, like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this company, and even though I just told y'all about that, I still haven't looked into some more, but that's for y'all to do too. So before you go using a whole bunch of stuff, try to look into it. Or if you are already using it, just, knowledge is power. Even if it is a really great company, let me know. I'll get more of their shit. For right now, it seems to be working pretty well for me. Like I said, I'm 43 and I just started using this, so I just started doing like a system on my face. So I know it's not going to correct anything the damage that's already been done, but I know that I'm going to try my best to combat, more damage as of right now. And that's the whole point, is recognizing that, what you're doing is wrong or bad for you, and then course correcting, right? Even if it's been 43 years. You know what I mean? So remember, you're a human being. That's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's part of life. I try to like wait a few minutes and just kind of like let it soak in a little bit, especially serums and stuff. And again, I am not a makeup artist. I am not a professional at any of this. I just know what I Googled, okay? And what I Googled, they told me, and I just grabbed whatever I could. And that's pretty much where most of us start in anything, is we just kind of see it and we try it and we kind of go from there. Okay, so you wash, toner, serum, right? Next is moisturize, I believe. So, I'm trying to remember what I did with that lotion. This is what I mean about having to go back and forth. Like I said, granted, I know it's not going to fix the problems, but it helps, combat it a little bit. So, all right. My seashell pillow. Put it over. My big old booty needs more room. My sad attempt of getting this stuff out of the container. This is a Gold Bond Crepe Correcting Cream. noticed since I have late 30s, early 40s ish. I need to make this into like a smaller container or something. Um, I noticed some skin changes. Now, this is personal for me. My body's been through a lot of shit. So, been a lot of shit. I've been very, very horrible to myself for a long time, and I have not taken care of myself the way that I needed to a long time ago. I feel like that's a lot of us. Remember to moisturize your lips as well. Like I said, it's okay to start today, even if one day ends up being day one. It's a good start, right? I'll get the rest later. All right. So, moisturizer. And again, I do not use base foundation makeup. I've never used it. I don't like the way that it feels on my skin. Probably am the type of person that requires microplaning. I know for a fact that because of my PCOS, I have developed a beard and a mustache. um, and that's been pretty constant since I was in my early 20s. All of a sudden, one day, I noticed a little patch of hair right here underneath my chin. And I tried everything under the sun to try to get rid of it, and all it did was spread. Probably need hormone treatments, um, especially now that I'm in my 40s. But that I shave on a daily basis, pretty much. I don't really like using chemicals because it does break out my face. I have very sensitive skin. I don't microplane because of the fact that I'm worried that I'm going to turn into a werewolf. Because I'll be honest with you, once you start shaving an area, it just spreads. It just spreads up. It's like it just doesn't get better. It gets worse. So, I'm trying to combat that as much as possible right now. And the only way I can combat it is just to shave. So, if you see me with a beard, put something awesome in it. Um, Compliment me on my beard growth accomplishments. Um, so for those of you who do have PCOS or do have some kind of hormone imbalance in your body that creates hair in places that you don't want it, I feel your pain. Most likely if I was to win the lottery, one of like the first, I don't know, 20 things that I would do is definitely get laser hair removal. Anything below my head. Like anything outside of this area right here, take it all. I don't care. Just take it all. So, I don't know that a lot of people feel that way as well. Now, I will say that I do contour. I started doing that in, I think it was like 2016, 2017, start contouring. I didn't really get into heavy makeup ideas or anything like that until recently because it's basically in my face every day on TikTok and life. Um, so, um, just kind of chilling today. Background noise, right? I'll just be myself. My authenticity will be brighter than anything else. And since today is yellow, I am breaking out the makeup box that my kids left in my makeup. I don't know what it's called. It's Ultimate Edit. I think it's by NYX or NYC. I don't know. It's so worn out. I can't tell. I think this is one of those that you have to like either add water or something to make like a liquid liner. It's a powder, but if you add some kind of liquid to it, it'll make it into another thing. I don't know. It doesn't have instructions on it. Either way. So that's the only thing that and the CoverGirl True Naked Dazed set. This one, Walmart. Those are the only ones I have yellow anything in. So, but yeah, I do contour a little bit. Like I said, for the natural look, I do these two colors. You can't really see that one that well. It's more like a mocha. But yeah, I use these two. And, well, you'll see. So, I'm going to try something that I seen on TikTok. I don't know how well it's going to go because I actually don't have the products that she used or like the brushes or anything like that. So we'll see what we can do here with the little bit of stuff that I do have. Okay, so I literally use these two brushes. Like one is a little bit of an angled brush. See how it's got that a little bit longer, but it's a little wider than normal, but it's that one. And then that one I use for my contouring and stuff, or like the bigger areas. I only do my eyes right in here because I have hooded eyes. You end up losing half the makeup. So you have to do the, you see my makeup? So I always end up having to like go like that to do my makeup. And then when I put my eyes back regular, it's like, so there's a TikToker, and she has hooded eyes and she does hooded eye makeup. And I've been watching her do her the way that she's doing it. It seems pretty cool looking, at least on her it does. And so I wanted to try some things that way as well. And I think her name is Michaela. She's a makeup artist on TikTok also. She just got sponsored, I think, from Ulta or something. Anyway, so she was doing a makeup video yesterday, and I thought that was kind of cool. The way that she did it. She actually copied another person. So this is like me copying her, copying another person. So like copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Multiverse, right? So it's okay to edit it, anything in your own style. So when you're making your content and stuff, don't be afraid to try other people's styles, right? And that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. And I'm not good at this at all. This is all, I mean, I've been messing with makeup most of my life, but not like a professional makeup artist or anything. So, gonna see what I can do. I'm scared. Can you tell? So, keep talking. Stall them. Anyway. All right. So I'm just gonna do the damn thing, right? All right. So I'm gonna try to work lightest to darkest, just like a tattoo artist, right? Or a painter. Yeah. So lightest to darkest. And again, I don't put foundation on my face normally. So I'm going to do the way that I normally do it first. And then I'm going to add what she did in the video for like the contouring part. Okay? Yeah. I'm saying okay to you guys, like, okay? No. I'm talking to myself here. I'm talking myself through this. All right, so I'm going to do what I normally do for my everyday kind of thing. And I'm going to get the lightest white-ish color that I can find, which is kind of like that because I'm pasting white. And I kind of just go into this area to set like the background, kind of like, you know how like on a painting you would put the white all over the painting or whatever background color you're going to put all over the back of the painting, and then you let it dry and then paint. Or for those of you who buy the canvases, it's already pre-painted or it's like pre-colored or whatever. So you're just laying this is what I call a foundation for the eyes, not the face. I don't want it on my face. I just want it on my eyes because I knew I was going to end up having fucking crazy ass eyelids because I already started having them when I was younger. This right here, all of that sunburst looking shit's from sun damage. This side doesn't even have it that bad. It's just because this side I usually wear my hair covering my face and this side's exposed. It used to be that this side was covering and this side was exposed. But now it's like this side's the more prevalent side. Anyway, so I'm also going to cut up underneath the eye, like in this area here, real light. I don't want to go down too far because powder on an older person like wrinkles the shit out of your face. So again, I'm trying to keep all of this area and this area kind of like free of bullshit. So add to my painting. You know, like this bitch is crazy. Yep. So all right. So next would be for me. I'm going one more, like the darker, not the cocoa, or not like the burnt orange color, like reddish color. This is more of like the brown mocha earth tone, dirt tone color. It's not like really dark. It's actually super light. It's almost the same, like darker shade of my skin. And I don't want it right here. I want to keep that light color right there. So yellow. What's the opposite of yellow? Let's just do yellow and pink because that's my nail color anyway, like yellow and reddish. I'm trying to think. Because if I do yellow and blue, it might look weird. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's like a red dress or a yellow dress maybe. Or well, I guess I could do yellow and blue. I don't want to wear pants today though. But blue jeans would work with anything, right? So I'll wear the yellow gingham shirt and blue jeans. Or I'll just leave this on. Yeah, I'll just leave this on. This has got pink in it. So, all right, where was I at? Okay, so I have like yellow, orange, and yellow. Like actual yellow. See the differences. So, gonna try to do those colors right there. And, I'm nervous. All right, so I'm putting that down. I'm gonna grab this little thin thing right here, and I'm gonna just go straight in. Shit. Okay. To the yellow. Try to stay away from the green side. Really kick the fuck out of that thing. It's yellow. And then I go in right here. Above the line. Right where I was keeping it really light. So that way the yellow kind of stands out a little bit more. Ah! And like I said, I'm not good at this. So this is just me doing it. Because yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to go the other side of this and do the orange. From the center over. You can't really see it in the camera, which sucks because the lighting sucks in here. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit better in a second. I feel like weird knowing this, but whatever. All right. I can see it like okay in this mirror, but not so much on the camera. Okay. So we could do a floral design of some sort. Or a snowflake. I got these like glow in the dark things from Goodwill the other day, and they have some shapes. There's some stars and some almost looks like a DNA design. A molecule. Just over the eye, right? Because who needs stamps when you have molecules? And then there's a snowflake too, which is kind of cute. That'd be really cute to do in the wintertime. Like a little snowflake. Maybe come from the eye, like. Okay, enough of that. We're laughing here. I'm trying to think of what I could do with yellow. I don't know why I'm so drawn like to like a liquid, like pure gold makeup. I don't know why I feel like that's going to be a thing. Because pure gold is super soft. I don't know. I feel like maybe that would be kind of cool. So. Just scrubbing along. Alright. Blue. What color? I'm looking at this cup and was thinking like something. I mean, I don't like two blues that I have, other than this color, which is like a peacocky color. It's about the same as that other one, just a little bit off. So, now the darker blue is very sparkly. So I'm just gonna dive into that on both sides. So one side is like a dark navy blue with sparkles, and the other side is a matte, almost like a cerulean blue. Oh, not really. It's, let's say what color it is. Of course, gotta have funky names. Shook, Viral, Hype, Luck, Vital, Extra, Vibrant, and After. Because, you know, those are colors. Anyway. So, unfortunately, it does not show exactly how sparkly, but you can get an idea of how sparkly that is. La, la, la. This looks like a city street right here. That's what it reminds me of. That's the one thing I miss about New York City is when I first went there, all I kept looking at was the ground because I couldn't believe how sparkly the concrete was. It was like freaking glitter everywhere. It was so beautiful. And I don't know why the concrete at home wasn't like that, but for some reason it was there and it was super shiny. But I used to love walking around, looking at all the different stores and all different types of people. They say that the city never sleeps, but I remember one day when it was completely silent and all you could hear was screaming and sirens. As I overlooked from the Jersey side. The only time I ever saw people come together was after a total destruction and chaos. And so that saying in Fifth Element, when the guy's talking about, you know, that entire speech to the priest, those of you who don't know, go check it out. I'm sure you can Google it somewhere. How chaos breeds opportunity. And for those of us who are able to harness their darker side as a power source, we'll always be able to thrive. And I don't mean it in a way to use it against others. I mean it in a way to keep that knowledge inside you and use it as a superpower. So that way you can move forward. Like I keep saying to you guys about looking at the past and looking at what the possibilities of the future could be from every angle, naturally. Now I just look like a retired raccoon. Right. Someone somewhere in their head is screaming because I'm doing this. Yes, always clean your brushes. Wash them, not what I'm doing. Hey, Purple Hoodie. How are you? I'm just slowly losing my mind half a day at a time. Hope you're having a good day. We're trying for a new makeup look today. It's definitely different. I need to go in more yellow because yellow, yellow, yellow is the color of confidence. So let's be confident today, right? Why did I lose the internet for a second? That sucks. Okay, I'm gonna go up underneath with some yellow also. Right here. I don't want it towards the center, I want it towards the edge. Make it look super creepy, right? I look like I have a black eye. Oh gosh. Okay. Trust the process. Trust the process. Oh my god. What did I just do? Thank God for tie-dyed towels. Lord. Yay. Right? Right. Okay. Alright. So I know I'm probably like missing out. Sorry, y'all. You never dropped as a baby. No, you were. Does anybody else do this? There's no accidents. There's no mistakes, just happy accidents, right? That's what your mom said. Pow. Delicious. Just make makeup that's good for you. As I wipe off most of it. Alright. Next. This one is... What color is this? Bit of Honey. And the liner is actually an eyeliner called Boxy. And it's from LA Colors. So if you ever want to know how not to do makeup, probably the best way. I don't know who invented this part of like the lip liner thing, but thank you. Oh my god, for real? Why? Maybe because... I need to get off my desk, can you tell? Anyway. Okay, so makeup, contour, shadow that I'm not using today, but will in the future. Liner, specifically for lips. Clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, you know what sucks? I was actually going to use... I got this vegan, cruelty-free, natural hand-poured lipstick. It's called Kisses. And it's from Color of the World. And it's like a really nude skin color. Like it's almost this color of my skin. Which I like. But I already did my lip gloss. I'm not yet. So, let's see. CoverGirl seems to be like, you know, the thing. I swear lashes make you look like a whole nother freaking person. These are my natural lashes. These are not fake or add-ons or anything. These are just mine. Nothing fancy, just mine. I've never really been good with putting lashes on or messing with them. But I'm sure I probably would be if I tried. I feel like I have to put like 5 pounds of mascara or whatever it's called on just to even see it. Then again, I can't see shit, so. And I will once I get into the sunlight, and I'll see how much of a nightmare it looks like. On that note, I think I'm done with mascara. So, let's see. Alright, this one is sharpen. Crunchy. I want my liner to be as sharp as my intellect. AKA dull. Dull and preformed exactly how I want it to be. Leaving a slight residue. Literally nothing coming off. Although, who doesn't love the smoky eye look, right? We totally were trying to stay away from this entire area. Now I done messed it up. See how, as you get older, if you slightly move your skin, it just stays there. And I don't say I'm dehydrated. I drank 3 of these already this morning. I don't normally drink this much fluid. Maybe it's water retention. Who knows? I doubt it. It's probably just me getting old and lack of nutrients and not taking care of myself. See, I get really super young again just by doing that, right? We all did that. We do the... I've had this one line since high school. That one right there. This little... Then there's... I had been trying to use water and rubbing it, thinking it'll go away. No. This one showed up in the past 6 months. That one I call Jeff. Anyway, this right here is me going like to my kids all the time. What? Just kidding. Oh, so there's Dakota, Angelina, Renee, Gavin. I'm just kidding. On to the next. Oh, wait, no, I didn't do the contour. Duh. Alright, so big brush. Or no, littler brush. Kind of cleaned off. Alright, so highlighter of sorts, right? And you guys are going to laugh at me when I do this. This is like the most car put on before work because I'm late, and I'm actually doing this while I'm driving because I'm late kind of vibe. Not the tip. Okay. It's the same thing that you guys do with your contouring typically, right? And this is probably bad that I'm using powder because it'll probably end up like, you know what I mean? I look like a clown. Especially right here on my nose. Anyway. Alright, so the lightest first. Then I'm going to try to use this like orangey kind of tone to do absolutely nothing but make me feel like I did something important. And do the little bloop across the nose like everybody does, right? Not using the right tools will not give you the right results, right? So, anyway, I'm going to cut. Yes, I know, I just touched my face. Because I got a fat chin. Do that sneaky look. Okay. I have a huge section right here from me constantly going. This is like a nervous thing that I do. I constantly do this. Constantly. You'll always see me go like this. Or like mess with my hair on this side. So I have now worn away a section of my hair because of this. So I go in like a darker right in this area. Just kind of fool the fools. We'll be fooling. Not much, okay? Not a lot. Leave it alone. Know when to stop. Alright, so I'm going to take this mocha color. And y'all are going to look at me and be like, did she really just do that? Yes, I did. Just give me a minute. Starting in the corner, working my way out. Making my way downtown. Yes, now it's stuck in your head the whole rest of the day. You're welcome. Alright, and then what I do, straight down that bitch. Contour the neck. Not just your face. Because I go right behind the ear, like the perfume line. Behind the ear, this little muscle grouping right here, I go behind it and I bring it down. Just to the collarbone. Okay? Not the whole way. Just to the collarbone. Behind the ear, straight down behind, and just to the collarbone. I'll probably end up having one of those like weird turkey necks if I lose a bunch of weight. Okay, look at that. You can already see it. And I'm going to get in the light and be like, oh my God, right? And I have that 40 plus crease line from me sleeping like this all the time, you know, all crunched up in a old ball because, you know, trauma for the past 40 years and life in general. So, all right, I am actually going to go back in and touch up this brow area with this highlighter. Y'all are not going to be wowed by this, just so you know. You're going to be like, did I just waste like the last 5 minutes of my life watching this woman do this? Yes, you did. Right. Now we're going to find out the truth in the light. Oh, my freaking tailbone. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so now what I do is I come over to this little half moon mirror light thing. No, it's not a light. It's just a mirror. And I get to see all my wrinkles up close. All right, see how I went heavy because it's dark over there, right? I don't have proper lighting in my makeup area. So when I first came out, you could see where I can't see. So I have to blend it, right? And a lot of us have this like temporary almost blindness because of our lighting inside of our house is different than the sun. So make sure that you're blending your makeup out. For those of us who have double chin, you know exactly what I'm doing. And if I'm not doing it right, do it for me. Right? Now I look like Trump. Best beauty blender you'll ever have. Everyone's screaming, no, what are you doing? Really get it into those pores, you know what I mean? Make sure the wrinkles show in every crease, nook and cranny. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so now you can see a little more of the coloring that I did on my eyes. That way you guys can get some inspiration, maybe. I've been breaking out like crazy lately. Oh, anyway. And I need to dye my hair. I don't know if you can see the silver in it right now. Right there. Yes. We observe and annihilate. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's a bunch of silver in there. Lots of frosting. So, all right, there's that. It just took me an hour to do my makeup. Never done my makeup that long in my life. All right, so this is the baseline look for today. I've always wanted to accentuate the fact that I have this lip line. Now, if I didn't have lipstick on, you guys would be able to see this. But the outside of my lips are already naturally lined. They have like a darker pigmentation than the rest of my body, okay? But it comes down here, and then it stops, actually, right before my lip stops. So here, and then it comes up, and then it goes over. You see that? Right there. And I've always wanted to, this is why most of my pictures, my head is tilted up. because I want to accentuate this part of my lip area. I don't know why. No. I feel like if I was to ever get like a lip filler, it would probably be to make this a little bit more like shown. I don't know. Hey, Ray. Thank you. But yeah, that's always like whenever I take my pictures and stuff like that, I always like this. And that way you can see more of what I'm talking about. Like that right there. So probably is because I had an energy drink this morning. I mistook it because I thought today was gym day and it's not. So my tongue's blue. So but yeah. And then now that I've done that, I'm gonna do mine and Jeff's hair tonight. Yeah. Because I just cut it the other day. I took like a little trimming off the bottom and then like I kind of layered it a little bit through here. I love the way that the layering looks out here. I don't like it so much in the back. I like it layered only in the front area. And I try my best to keep my bangs not much shorter than chin length. Just because of the shape of my face. That style seems to, like the straight split, you know, when the people who have larger noses, when you have a straight split down the center, it's going to line that nose, right? So most of the time people who have larger noses, they end up accenting their split on an angle, typically. So for me, especially when I would do my 50s vintage style or like anything like that with the curls, this bang area was always like the main focal point. So I would take from either this direction here, like I just did, or from this direction over. So the fit today is one that I've actually shown on the stream before. But this is actually a like kind of a shawl covering because last week was fairy core and I wanted to show this off a little bit today. It's a butterfly wing kind of flowy outfit. So, not for sale yet, at least, because I like this. But thank you. So I would normally take, like, for the front roll curl, for, like, the front part, I would just run that. Oh, that was a little off. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not doing it right now. But I would just take it. Oh, you can watch the shed happening. I'm trying to fix that too. And just go like that and pin it. Or I would do like the side victory roll right here and pin it, typically. So. And then I would do the same thing for right here. Right above the line for the brow going back to the ear would be the secondary victory roll, which would either go this way, like that, or inward where it would puff out the hair a little more going up this way. So I would have the victory curl here and then that way. So I don't cut my bangs too terribly much because I want to have that ability and space to be able to do those styles if I want to. Now, if I want to have actual bangs, I could pull all my hair back in a ponytail and only pick a certain section, like right through here, to come back and create a fake bang. And style it that way. You know what I mean? I could do that. So. But yeah, we'll be dyeing her hair later today. Yas, queen. Alright. On to the next. So, Where do I put my hair straightener? Because of the fact that I've been trying to like not have so much damage to my hair. I've been using like a flat iron heat protectant type thing spray. Not good at it. Also have been doing a lot more as far as products. Let me put you guys back. Okay. So one of the products that I got from the dollar store, because I was looking at curly hair routines, and one of them I noticed that I have a lot of breakage. My hair seems really, really dry, especially like from here going down. I've actually lost a lot of hair because it just breaks off. So I started using this coconut oil that I got from the Dollar General on the ends of my hair like just last week. Also started using, more conditioner only from the ears down. That seems to be okay. I'm not going to say it's fixing anything. Naturally, it's going to take months for it to do its thing. Less heat products, more cool styling. But I'll be honest with you guys, my hair is naturally a hot fucking mess. It looks like Irish hair, which is, it's curly, but it's frizzy, and some of it's straight. So it's like calico hair. So it's like mixed, right? So it's really hard for me to keep my hair natural without feeling like the chick from Brave. I mean, her hair looks nice compared to mine, in my personal opinion. Jeff loves it. He absolutely loves my hair when I'm natural. Exactly the hot mess that it is, which is all the more reason why I love him even more. So, so I'm just going to light spray since my hair is already dried and has been styled since yesterday. I'm just going to light spray from the ears down the heat protectant because that's the majority of where I'm going to have the tool. So, my hair is already, like I said, it's already dry. It looks like I already did it, but it's just because I had it done yesterday and it was really awesome. I didn't take pictures, of course. I'm an idiot. So, not a whole lot. And like I said, this is just like a, Walmart special, whatever. So, nothing fancy. I'm not a professional on any of this. This is just what I do. Y'all love some OOTDs. So that's what we're running with. I'm just going to run this through my hair real quick. Probably didn't put enough on. But again, I don't want it to be like super weird. And I don't want it to weigh down too much of the hair. And I also don't want to get damaged too much more than I already have. Which is probably best if I didn't use any heating products and just used cool styling completely. Just saying. Alright, so I'm going to take a portion of it up. Lord, I need some deodorant. Hold on. I forgot. I told Jeff this morning I forgot to put deodorant on. I forgot to put it on after I take a shower. This is my dollar store favorite. It's Suave's powder deodorant. And this stuff smells like clean, like super clean smelling to me. So, yes, I'm putting deodorant on live stream. Guess what? Put some on yourself. It's fucking summer. Wash your hands. Anyway, so hold on. I have a special tool for this. That's funny. Baby, look. I got my cat ears on. I look like a unicorn. I look like a cat corn.
What? What are you screaming for?
I think I have too much energy for Jeff. Sometimes. Of course it's on high.
after I just got done talking about like heat damage and stuff. But it's the only way I can get my hair to look decent. High heat, short periods of time.
Fry the fuck out of it.
It's like a bolt. Can't move if it's liquid, or can't be stuck if it's a liquid. High heat. I don't know about y'all. I don't have any patience to stand around and do my hair. It's bad enough it takes me like 20, 30 minutes with this high heat and like consistently staying at it. Just aggravating. It's not like I really do anything. Oh, wait. I don't want to do that. Not yet. Get back on it. Okay. It's actually kind of cute. Style right there. That's funny. I feel a good tan. I've never had a tan. The closest tan that I get is with my contouring, and that's it. But if I showed you my legs, y'all, it'd be like paper. I actually started contouring my legs. I'm just gonna like randomly put on a 6-pack, you know, just gonna come in the room one day and I'm drawing a 6-pack on my belly with contouring makeup. Hey, do me next. No, I was kidding. Not me curling my hair with a hair straightener. And then I wonder why it goes flat in like 10 minutes. It's because I do that. Yeah, especially this side. I'm always really bad for messing with this side more than the other side. So it goes flat like way quicker. I probably should have sprayed my hair with this light hairspray that I have before I did this so it would stay a little longer, but it's okay. I don't mind it falling too much if I'm not really doing anything. So there's that. Hope y'all had a safe 4th of July. I don't want it to get in the way of the other side.
Dang it.
If they make 100 eyes like me, they will never be me, never be me, never be me, never be. Just making up shit as we go. For those of you who want to take that and make it into a song, go ahead. I get inspiration from everywhere. Sometimes just random shit comes across my mind. And I gotta say it, because I know it's meant for somebody somewhere. They just mad because they can never be me. get stuck on this for a second there. And then, boop. Like I said, I usually lean towards the left side of my face a little bit more than the right side. I don't know why, I just do. I just don't like. I really don't like stuff touching my face in general, but like especially if I have like hair in my face or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here to cool. There's that. And this is pretty much the same exact thing that I do, just on a regular basis. This is like the style that I pretty much do. Now I can light touch, just real small amount, like maybe 2 to 3 drops of this stuff. Not a lot, because this shit goes a long way when you don't have a lot of oil in your hair and your hair looks dull as fuck. That at the very tips, just flick, 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 grab, scrunch from the bottom up. Not a lot, because it does get heavy after a second, and it does kind of tend to crimp those ends. See how it's starting to already do it right here? I put too much right there. Yeah. And if you have any left over, you can just rub up your skin, because coconut oil is good for your skin too. Don't put a lot of oils here and up, especially older, because it makes your hair look really greasy and gross. So there's that. Let's see. Again, not too much. On this side, I kind of did a little too much already. That specific spot right here is like already aggravating me. So, there we go. There's that. Now, I could, like I said, I could go in with this. This is like a really light hairspray. Shea Sleek and Smoothing. Humidity blocking. It's got shea butter and marula oil. This is a very, very light spray. For those of you who don't really like hairspray, in my personal opinion. That's it. That's all I do. Just real light touch. Because if I put anything else on there, A, it's going to fall. And B, it's going to make it really like sticky and weird. I don't want that. So, as you can tell today, like I said, the contouring went a little extra on it. I like that tanner look, at least for this area. As you can tell, I'm not that color. So you can see the difference in the coloring in my face and my actual skin. It's a lot more color. So, and then especially my legs. Like paper white. So anyway, so there's that. So OOTD, you know, here it is in the sunlight. So there you go, full on view. On to the next. Where was my cup? Why did you do my cup? Oh, sorry. This is tea. I'm out of drink mix. I got this really cute, like, multi-flavoring set of, like, water flavorings that are sugar-free. And, I already went through the box. That's how good they were, I thought. And one of them was, like, mermaid. The other one was unicorn. Magic or something. I don't know. They were named weird, just like the makeup is. And I really liked them. So I'll probably be going back and getting more today or tomorrow or whenever. It's not happening right now. I don't feel like going anywhere. You okay, baby? Poke.
What?
Said you okay?
I'm listening somewhat.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you just come charging in here. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay, we said you're streaming.
I am.
Okay.
Sugar-free tea. God, just kidding me. All right. Setting up the day. Even though it's after freaking noon. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. On that note, now y'all get to see the behind the scenes of what it's like for me to get ready for the day. All right. Just kind of boring. And there's still no light in here. This is horrible. The only thing is that I notice is that my hair kind of tends to clump back together again afterwards. And I always have to like brush it out. Anyway. Because then you get that like gap in hair. Anyway, you get the idea. Getting ready is not boring. I mean, okay. All right. Where was I? So that is the typical morning routine, right? We've already got a baseline for that. Where am I at here? Friday. Totally skipped Saturday. I even wrote on here blackout time to make calendar, and I kept thinking about it all day yesterday. So the main part of today is, after you get done with the morning routine, the 6-month goal that we have is today is a day to look at our roundup savings. Morning messages already went out today. Like I said, I've been working in this Google design for a little while now, trying to get wherever it went. I think I actually closed it out the other day. Trying to get, yeah, I did. This website up and running. Trying to complete the PDF push through and complete the PDF as quickly as possible. The next month is going to be very interesting because we're going into retrograde. So anything that I'm trying to get done, I'm trying to go ahead and get it done now. If not, I'm going to have to wait until like mid-August. So,
which sucks because I feel like a lot of the opportunities are happening like right now. And if I don't jump on them, then I'm going to miss out. So, especially for those of you who are anything TikTok related, anything social media related, especially with the recent changes and constant ongoing changes. So I don't know if you guys remember me talking earlier in the month about the algorithm changes that were happening for social media versus AI. You're never going to beat AI, but your authenticity will shine above all of it. So try to make sure that when you are putting your stuff out there, that it's just your life. It's just your whatever it is that you're doing. It's just, whatever content that you're trying to express or whatever idea that came to your mind, just try your best to portray it in as authentically as possible. I mean, that's all we can really do is be ourselves. Because if we try to be something other than ourselves, it's only ever going to fail. So, the OOT wardrobe, like I said, I'm going to refer to Fashion Saturday calendar on each one of these until I finally get it through my head. Today is a Make Content Day. So the last hour and a half of video that I just did was more content that I could put out for the entire week. And this is how I want you guys to look at things, is that you can utilize what you already have available for you in new ways. Everything that you used to do it in a new way. Okay. I did look into the multi-streaming. For as many platforms as I personally need to utilize the multi-stream, it's $70 a month. That ain't happening. Unless like I'm making a ridiculous amount of money per month, then maybe. But for right now, investing in self for the multi-streaming purposes is probably just going to be me making sure that I have enough outlets in one specific area and investing in cell phone holders, because I'll be utilizing all of my old cell phones to go live on each one of these platforms directly, instead of, because like I've been telling you, they're not looking for static content. They're looking for authentic content that is original and it has multiple points of view. Think a bot farm. Okay. You think of a bot farm and you see all these cell phones in like cases and stuff like that, like just next to each other, right next to each other in different angles and everything like that. It's kind of like like the biblical reference for an angel with all the eyes on you from all different angles. Okay, it's the same concept. So you're basically getting this like peacock fanning of cameras around you. So that's what I'm doing next. So utilize that as much as you can if you have the ability to. But just remember, those of you who are multi-streaming, these are the things that they're looking for. They're looking for independent content on each one of the platforms, because each one of them are going to want their own numbers. They're going to want their own view numbers. They're going to want their own individual stuff that's not going to get bot blocked in the future. Right? You're not going to get AI blocked in the future because your stuff looks authentic. It's got to be more real than real. Okay? Because if AI can copy reality only to a certain point, right? Because copycats can only copy to a certain point. Your authenticity as a human being and who you are is going to keep you separate from all of that bullshit that's happening. Okay? Now it's going to be really, really close. And it's going to be hard to differentiate. So just be aware of that. So, anyway. Trying to mess with said hair. The same thing that we all do after we get our hair cut. Anyway, okay. Leaving it at that. So, for content, like I said, leaning in that direction. For those of you who are sellers on these websites, you can utilize the same aspect with the multi-streaming with the seller sites. Hear me out. Some of the seller sites require you to be invited to go live. Okay. If you have another social media site that you are able to go live on, utilize that live time to direct people to your seller sites. Okay. So, say for example, I have not been accepted into like the eBay live seller program, right? Let's just say. Whatnot is a site that you can go live directly from. So I went live on Whatnot, even though I didn't have the store set up in Whatnot yet. I still directed people to my eBay link through the Whatnot. So remember, cross-referencing, cross-posting, cross-lives, okay? Different angles, different points of view, different content for each. Even if you have to take already existing pictures and just flip them. It's just that simple. You have to have it to where your stuff is not the same every single time. Don't post the same link in the same way every time. Like, add it to the picture. If a person has to, if you can make it a clickable link in the picture, great. If not, make it so this way that there is some way for them to be able to reach your content directly. Remember how I was saying about the reason why I set up this calendar the way that I did was because I noticed that every single social media had the same exact shit on every single page. And it was annoying. People don't want to add all of your social medias if we're all going to see the same shit on every page. We want to have a reason to add that other social media. We want to have a reason to say, okay, hey, this is where I came in at, but there's all of this other stuff that I wasn't even aware about and never would have been aware about because I only knew about this one thing. So yes, check out my link tree and go check out my seller sites and go check out my social media and all the streaming that I've been doing for years. Anyway, so... and keep following me on this journey because it's never ending and there's never the same things. It's like, well, yeah, there is. It's the same concept, but like it's different in different time frames. You can actually follow through my journey and all the things that I'm experiencing or, things that I'm planning in the background. You can be there, right? So, so yeah, go check that out. And let me know, comment on my videos, make sure that you're letting me know if there's some things that, that I can improve on. I mean, if not, then whatever, enjoy the show. So, okay. So for the seller sites, like I said, I think today is the last day that if you're a Prime member, you can actually go onto your Amazon and link up an Earnify account and get $1 per gallon off of your BP Sunoco's specific gas stations that are part of it. But $1 per gallon off. Use my affiliate link. So if you click on my affiliate link, any one of the Amazon affiliate links on any one of my social medias, I think it's mainly Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram that I have my links on right now, other than my About Me sections or my link in bios. So that way you guys can utilize that savings as well as I can get a commission off of anything that you purchase through Amazon. So appreciate it. Whatnot, I still need to learn about the program, the platform. I still need to add items, and I have not gone live since the first time. For those of you who are just now joining Whatnot as an app for the seller side of it, for the first time, I don't know if they're still doing this or not, but for the first $150 that you sell, they match that. So instead of selling $150 worth of stuff, you'll get your $150 worth of stuff, but then you'll also get an additional $150. They match it. So you'll end up with $300. I don't know if it's still going on, but y'all can check that out. Etsy, or eBay. I'm sorry, eBay. I'm trying to get my costs down, but sales has completely stopped. Those of y'all who have checked out my eBay know that I don't have a lot of stuff on there. Most of my stuff is thrifted or personal items or like stream items. So for those of you who are interested in getting my merch and stuff, my eBay and Etsy is where it's at. Um, Etsy, like I said, I still need to add more items. Um, and we're continuing to make items too. So house chores today is clean the office and trash out. I do need to get items together for a plant sale or yard sale. This is something that Jeff and I have been talking about for a while now. We just have too much stuff, and especially with the seller item stuff, it's just too much stuff in this house. It's just aggravating. And plus, I don't want to have to keep washing them. So, um, I'm going to try to sell them in bulk. If not, then yard sales. Stationery Sunday, P.O. Box. I have not been able to go to the P.O. Box in the past 6 months, so if you guys have sent me anything, I apologize. I will be going again soon. I have to. I don't have a choice. The fucking mailbox is full, and I have to go do it. So, and plus they're re-upping here in a couple of days. So I have not been able to reply to any of you. If you have sent me anything, I apologize. P.O. Box is also in the About Me section. P.O. Box 5923, Statesville, North Carolina, 286, I believe it's 77 or 87. Either way, it'll go to the same thing. So, and you can just use my stream name. So, let's see. I set that up actually because of the fact that I was like losing my house and we were homeless. But it ended up being utilized for business purposes now. So, okay, so today's office work is to look over finances, just light touch finances. Usually Tuesday is the numbers day. So also need to print the next schedule, which I already did this week's, but I need to go ahead and do next week's. So I'm going to pull up the calendar right now. And while I'm talking to y'all, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So next week, ask me later. Starting tomorrow, the aesthetic is psychedelic. Like I said, today's the last day of Fairy Core, aesthetic wise. So next week is psychedelic. So anything that you consider to be psychedelic, you could rock that this next week. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Probably tie-dye-ish. I don't know why, but psychedelics, first thing comes to mind is like graphics and tie-dye. So let's see. PDF, we're going to continue to work on PDF, but today's light touch for finances is cash on hand, cash apps, Venmo, Squares, PayPals, bank accounts, gift cards, savings, percentage of interest, loans, and we're going to look at our credit score. My personally dropped about 200 points in the past couple months, and I totally got screwed out of everything that I was working on for the past 5 years. So pray for me. We're also going to look at ways to utilize money across platforms. For those of you, like I said, social media wise, that are trying to monetize, look into what your requirements are. Get your stats together. And then also, we're going to talk about cycles of business. So for those... Oh, it like blocked out. Hold on. Let me go back to Twitch and see what it actually said. Stream manager. I have certain keywords blocked. For those of you who have been with my streams in the past, yes, the evolution is still ongoing and will be for eternity. I am another reason why I started streaming is because I wanted people to see more aspects of myself than what anybody in everyday life would have known, right? And that included a lot of different aspects of myself. When I first started going into, social media and stuff like that was way back in the day with MySpace. And going into going into future endeavors, I started leaning towards, especially during certain situations ended up coming up. So a lot of my social media kind of leaned in one direction. And as, time is going by, it's leaning another way. And as, time goes by, it may lean in a whole nother direction. Who knows? I am still entirely all of that previousness. Okay. Now, there are certain aspects of, like I said, the social media that I'm leaning more towards right now than I was in the past. So, yes, a lot of I also didn't understand how social media worked when I first started going. So, with the streaming, I thought that the streaming, every time I streamed, was a different, separate thing. Okay, so when I first started streaming, I actually did like a morning show, which was like a radio show. In the afternoons, I did like the schooling type stuff, and then in the evening, I would have something which is called adult chat. And so if you go back into my streams, you'll actually see that there was a lot more adult chat conversations. All of the time, my streams have always been 18 plus. My advice has always been for all ages. And I didn't, again, going back to the fact that I didn't realize that like all of this streaming wasn't separate. To me, it was separate. So all of my content, all of my social medias and stuff like that, in my mind, it was like there was a separation that happened. Now, as years have gone by, I've started to realize like there's a lot of things that are, depending on which way you're looking at it, point of view wise, however you're coming into this, you're probably very confused. It's like meeting somebody who's like, I don't know, schizophrenic on the streets and like talking to them on the street, and then all of a sudden one day they're completely different and you don't understand why. It's kind of like that. Like you come into different, like, I don't know where you guys, the stream viewers, come in as. Do you come in as an unschooler? Do you come in as a adult chatter? Because that was not even a couple of years ago. It was like last year. So did you come in as a radio person listening to me singing? Did you come in as me talking about events and when I would go out and live stream live events? Because I did. I used to go out to bars and watch live bands all the time. And I actually promoted Danny Kerr at one point in Statesville. So, you know what I mean? Like there's musicians like Wes, I'm trying to think of what a bartender, bars and stuff like that. I promoted bartenders, and I've even gone on location and done interviews with people who like made knives and stuff like that. So I've actually promoted businesses. I've promoted band members. I've promoted artists, soap makers. I had one lady send me soap. I've been a real big promoter of other people for a really long time. And at one point I started to realize I'm promoting all of these people and I'm not promoting myself. So I started leaning a little bit more into promoting myself. Finances were a big issue for me. So, I did certain things at certain periods of time for certain reasons in my lifetime. And whether right or wrong, it's indifferent now. So, like I said, as far as those of you who are following the homeschooling, unschooling side of it, that's advice is any age, okay? The adult chat side is 18 plus. So it's kind of like a hard lane. All educational, naturally. And a lot of it is mostly, it's just me being myself. And in the entirety. And I hope you enjoy it. All of it. The modeling that I did. I did so much stuff, y'all. And for those of you who did not get to see the streams before all of it was deleted, as far as my understanding,
I hope you got to enjoy it when I first started out. I really, really enjoyed including my kids on a lot of that stuff. Those of you who never really knew me before came in and learned more about my kids than me at first. So, it's been a really amazing road, and I'm really glad that I got into social media and I got into streaming. I was terrified at first. I was really afraid. My ego kind of like took over of, fear of insecurities, thinking that there was something wrong with me, or maybe people would look at me bad, or, you know, think bad of me. Honestly, I really don't care. In the end, I'm going to die. It's just everybody's end of story. And this life, I want to live it as much as I possibly can. And I want to share as much of my journey with y'all as I can. Nobody's life is perfect at all. And that's okay. And I really wish more people would understand that. That it's okay to be a human being and to have emotions and have feelings and make mistakes and learn new things every single day. It's what makes life worth living, all of us being different and having different understandings of the world. Maybe that 1% of difference is what makes life what it is. And even if you don't understand where I'm coming from, it's okay. I understand that there's going to be people that are not going to understand me. I understand that there's going to be people that are going to look down on me or look up to me. Some people may be on the same page, and some people may never be anywhere near that concept at all. And all of that's all right. I do this because I enjoy it. Jeff asks me all the time, like, when are you going to get paid from this? I have a lot of history, and people will not hire me. And that's okay, because it pushed me more into this. And I'm glad every single day for it. I've met a lot of really amazing people along the way. And even if I don't talk to them anymore or don't really associate with them anymore, I know that there was love there the whole time. Don't get me wrong, that side of me is still there. But I want you guys to see more of yourselves. I want you to understand that there's more to one side of you. That there's so much more to you than what you even realize. And I want you to take advantage of this while you're alive. I want you to think outside the box of your every single day and try something new. Even if it seems weird or stupid or that you're going to get in trouble for it. Don't do anything illegal, naturally. But just be yourself. And the people that are meant for you will come to you. And those who are not, you'll know. For the most part. So, until then, I'm going to keep being me. And whether you like me or you hate me, that's on you. So yes, to answer your question, I did have an adult chat. I do have 18 plus content. I do have regular everyday content. I have a very wide range and variety of content, and I hope you enjoy all of it. For those of you who can. I mean, you think about it. For somebody who had no idea what any of this was, going into this and going headstrong as much as I have in the past 5 years, I have to kind of sit back and give myself a kudos. I have to give myself a round of applause because I've come this far. And I still have so much farther to go. And that's okay. I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can while I can. And hopefully, I'll have all the people that I love around me. There's a part of me that makes me wonder if some of the decisions that I've made along the way, even in my ignorance, were the right choices. But all of it is a lesson. However, whatever I've done in my past comes back, whether to haunt me or to bless me. I hope that I'm able to handle it and that I'm able to alchemize it in a way that is not just beneficial for me, but for all people involved. When I ask to be blessed, I ask for blessings not just for me, but for others. So that way I can bless others, right? No matter what you believe in, whether it's the universe or nothing at all, right? Good vibes. And if it did seem self-centered, egotistical, or selfish in some way, it's only because of the fact that I have given so much of myself my whole life for everyone else. And I forgot to take care of myself and to give myself a moment in time to be myself. I'm never going to be this young again. I know a lot of you see me and you see this old lady, right? That'll be you one day. Maybe not lady, but either way. Hopefully. I hope that you get old. I hope that you get wrinkles. Y'all are like, how dare you curse me like that? No, you don't understand. A lot of people are denied old age. You're not all blessed with old age. So I hope that you are able to enjoy getting older. I hope that when you go through these periods in time in your life when you're younger and making these decisions, that you're making them for the long term. And I know it's hard to see that right now. But, and I know I'm being that mom right now because nobody ever wants to listen to mom, right? But, or ma, as my kids say. Thank you. I don't look like what I've been through. I've been through a lot. And Jeff will tell you that. Any one of my kids will tell you that. I've been through a lot in my lifetime. I've had a lot of people do me wrong. I've done people wrong, you know? And some point in your life, you start to realize that you want to have something better for yourself. Not in like a materialistic way. Just a better quality of life. And that's what I've been trying to work towards. But I'll be honest, the past 5 years of my life has been very much a spiritual awakening. And a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have happened in the past 5 years for all of us And as a collective, I feel that pivot happening. We know we're on the precipice of great change, of evolution. And it's almost like we're right there on the edge, but it hasn't quite, like the universe is edging us right now. Like it's just right there, oh, right within reach, but just so freaking far away. So I know that it's not just me that's going through these things. I know that all this that is going on in the world today is gonna go on in the world. It's been going on in the world. And at a very baseline, if I can just have something to hold on to through these storms and through this chaos, even if it's in my own mind, it was just something, anything, right? To grasp onto. And I was drowning in a sea of emotions when I first started this out. I was drowning in not just COVID, but being a single mom, dealing with an open DVO, having to deal with COVID hour loss, homeschool, which didn't even happen yet because they were still in school. It was the first time they were ever out of school and home alone during an open DVO. As well as my landlord sold the house and the new landlord was trying to get me out of it. I was doing a stay of eviction through COVID, trying to fight to keep my home. Our water pipes burst and we had no water. I was literally dragging a sheet full of empty water bottles to my neighbor's house hose while he was at work because he allowed me to go do this. So I could have water so I could flush the toilet in my house. And fighting with my manager to try to get hours and cutting my hours back. Or giving me strange hours that I couldn't be with my kids. And that was all within a short amount of time.
What are you talking about? I just took my headphones off. It sounded crazy.
Oh, no, I was talking about 2020, 2021.
Don't tell me problems.
Baby, everybody's got problems. I'm trying to say this in a way that's so that way they can understand where I'm coming from. And I know that people are not going to understand me. But the more knowledge that you have of the background, maybe it'll help. I found out a lot of stuff that year that would have devastated anybody. Even one bit of that information would have devastated anybody. And I fought through all of that. And I lost my home. I lost my vehicles. I lost my job. I lost organs. I almost lost my kids. And I sat there and I cried tears that I didn't even know where they were coming from until I couldn't cry anymore. And finally one day I said, fuck it. I got invited to a stream. Lackadaisical was the first person to have me on his stream. He introduced me to Twitch. And I didn't even know what streaming was. And I felt so invited to a community where your flaws didn't matter. That it was okay to just be yourself. It was something that I always taught to my kids. And it was like, I felt like I belonged.
I love this. I love everything that we do. I loved everything that we've ever done in the streams. And to sit here and look back at all that makes me so proud of myself for not giving up. And I came real close one time. I did this to better my life, to better our life. I was sold on a dream, and I never gave up. Even though I lost everything, I never gave up. And I don't want you to either. No matter how hard it gets, yes, it's okay to kind of want to give up, but don't give up completely, please. I'm begging you, please don't give up completely. Because there's people in this world that need you here. And no matter how sad you get, how many tears come, keep going. Keep going for your dreams. Keep going for your goals. No matter what anybody else says, this is your fucking life. Okay? And you get to pick and choose who gets to be in that. You get to pick and choose where you get to go. And keep enjoying that freedom of choice while you still can. I want you to make the most of this life. I want you to say I'm sorry when I make mistakes. Or when you make mistakes. I want you to admit to yourself and apologize to yourself and forgive yourself for all of the things that have ever gone wrong. It's the only way that you'll be able to build a solid foundation to move forward on. And yes, I am part of the problem for a lot of people. And I am sorry for that. But I'm also grateful for the life that I've had. And I really look forward to what's coming in the future. You know, I could have been long gone a while ago. But I didn't. I stayed. Even from a distance, I stayed. I never left. And I'm sorry for anyone that I've hurt along the way. And I'm sorry that I did not recognize my own worth before. I'm sorry that I didn't know. I'm sorry that I didn't learn from my mistakes sooner. But I'm not sorry that I'm me. And I never will be. And I hope that you guys are able to learn something from all of this. I hope that you understand that there are people out here that are suffering, that are going through the same things that you're going through, just at different points in time. And although there are some people that will do things that maybe you don't agree with, or that was way beyond what I would never, you know? Even the lowest of the low still have good days. And even the highest of the high still have bad days. And I just hope that somewhere in between that you find your way through all of this. I feel very strongly about all of the stuff that I have done. My why will always be in the back of my mind. It will always be the solid foundation, the footholds for my future. So join me if you will. Enjoy my emotional roller coaster every once in a while. And I'm glad that you guys can sit with me in the dark sometimes. Even if not everybody understands it. I don't want some people to understand the darker parts, But if you can find a way to utilize that to your advantage, in a sense of awareness at the very least, of your darker sides of yourself, darker aspects of yourself, then that's something that you can work with. I feel very, very strongly about all this, if you can't tell. So, going back and thinking about all of these things has been heavy. And there's some things that I would like to set down and leave in my past. My children are not one of those things. But I understand that they're adults, most of them, and that they're going to live their own lives. I just hope that they include me in it. I'm not going to say I'm sorry for being emotional. That's something that we've all been told to shut up. Stop showing that side of you. Don't talk about those things. We've all been told that for decades. And that's part of the problem. Is we don't talk about how we feel. We don't talk about what's on our mind, what our thoughts are. We don't talk about all the bad times. And we should. Yes, I do have aspects of my social media that are a little less than likable by most. And there are other aspects that are liked more. It just depends on what perspective you have. A lot of my inspiration for streaming came from Amaranth. And kudos to her. And maybe what I've done in all of my internet life is all mixed up and messed up. Then I guess I'll have to fix that as I go. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going through an evolution, an evolution, an evolution. It's lonely on the way to the top, ain't it? It's very, very lonely when you're the only sun in the sky.
And the only equivalency that you would have in the world is something that is opposite you, but reflects you. He uses your light to cast a falsity in the world. Looking at the moon and not realizing that that's the lights from the sun. You will always have copycats in this world. You will always have people who will be for you, against you, neutral, not really care at all. That rule of 4 kind of stands in all places. But don't be afraid of the nothing, because in it is creation, all creation. You are the supercomputer to the future. And AI is just your mirror. Everything that you think that you are not. Everything you need is within you already. You just have to bring it out. And just keep breathing. I swear, if you just keep breathing, you can get through just about anything. Just about. There are some things that are heavier than others. But that's why it's so important to talk about it. You have to face your fears head on. And even if this is just me talking to myself and giving myself advice for me to watch later, I don't know. Yes, I'm crazy. You'll get over it. You'll get used to it. I'm an emotional roller coaster. I think that's part of the 40s vibe. You know what I mean? Oh, you turned 40? Here's a whole emotional roller coaster package for free, included. So, so yeah. Enough of my emotional bullshit, and on to the next. So, thank you for that question. Oh, I didn't know you asked me that. Yes, adult chat was very funny. Can you tell us something that you regret the most? That I didn't understand how to be myself sooner. That I didn't understand what authenticity means. I still don't completely understand it. But as you get older, or as you go through life experiences, which doesn't necessarily come with age, it just comes as it's whenever it needs to, you'll start to learn more and more things about the world and different aspects of it and different perspectives of it. You'll start to understand from different point of views, even ones that you thought you never would understand. Even though those concepts were way beyond your normal way of thinking, right? Different way of doing things, or maybe you think that it was wrong, but that person felt that it was right in that moment in time. Or maybe you thought it was right and this other person thought it was wrong. It's just perspective change. That's why I push it so much now on other people, is to try to be themselves. And they always say, well, how can I be myself if I don't know who I am?
It's up to you to find. And it'll change. There's a certain portion of yourself that'll stay the same. But there is also a good portion of yourself that will experience change in your lifetime. So, um, there's a lot of things that I'm guilty of, and there's a lot of things that I regret in this life. But, like I said, these are lessons. And the best way to take care of regret is to face it head on, acknowledge it, and try to find the missing steps to get to where you really want to be instead of all of that regret. It's going to take work to dig yourself out of that hellhole. And it's going to take trial and error. It's going to take patience. It's going to take a lot of compassion. There's a lot of communication that's going to be confused. And there may be communication cut off, at least for a period of time. Sometimes it's good to stop and what they call ground yourself in the now. Like, especially when you have like a panic attack or something. But at any point in the day, you could do this, or night. Is just kind of, you're just kind of a little more aware of like what's right within this arm's reach. Okay? Anything that's outside of your arm's reach is the outside world. Anything that's within arm's reach is your inner world, as well as within yourself and in your mind. So when you are able to just be for a minute, be a little more aware of what your surroundings are. If you have to, touch them, listen to them, listen to how it sounds. Your surroundings. Taste the air. What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? And just take a few minutes there. I read online that there's a certain kind of mushroom that actually opens up brain activity permanently. Think about that. I think that if we were able to do that naturally, like I said, we were capable of utilizing more of our brains and more of ourselves at some point. And for some reason, over time, there's been less and less and less of that. So I implore of you to continue to use your imagination, continue to be authentically yourself. Anything that comes to mind, express it. Because I've known people that have been at the end of life and said that they wish that they did more while they were alive. If the experience that I had was that of death, then, like I said, it's the most beautiful thing you'll ever experience.
transparent and authentic and all of that good shit, right? It's going to help you along that path as you go, you know. So but at the same time, remember that there is a lot of evil in this world, and there's a lot of evil in all of us. It's whether or not we decide to utilize that as a power or as a detriment for ourselves or for other people. So being aware of your own darkness will help you to be able to push forward every bit of light that you have. So if you, like I said, you know, take that few minutes to kind of ground yourself, even if it's in the middle of your day, all of a sudden out of nowhere, and you just all of a sudden feel the need to ground yourself or to just be like stand still and just be in your own energy for a minute, right? It'll help. No matter what religion you believe in, no matter even if you don't believe in a religion, I want you to think of this concept, you know, so this way you have some kind of baseline to work with. A lot of us are not even given that. We're just told, here's life, go live it. We're going to have no instruction at all. We have no idea what we are or who we are. We don't even know ourselves. We don't even know our own brains enough to know ourselves, right? So, you know, and like I said, take it a moment at a time if you have to. Take the next 3 seconds of scrolling time to blink and breathe. So that way you can, you know, have a good future ahead of you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, you know, bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. That's the reality of it. The reality is here. And I don't want you to forget that. The reality is here still. Okay? No matter even if here seems like static or too many pages open at the same time or all these information happening at the same time. Even if it feels like you're going out of your mind. Okay? If you have so many emotions that you can't help but cry, even in the middle of the day, it's okay. Let it float. If you're able to, like I said, utilize the darker aspects of yourself in a way that is beneficial, meaning you already, like I've said before in the stream, you already know all the bad stuff. For the most part, we all kind of have a general idea of what evil and bad things are. If you don't, I suggest you start looking into that. Because not everything is rainbow and sunshine. You know what I mean? Rainbow and butterflies all the fucking time. No, it's not. Yes, it can be a good portion of your life. But them rain clouds need to come and make the rainbow, right? So, so get you a radar to know when them rain clouds are there or if a storm's coming. And utilize your intuition more. You know, we forget to be human. We forget that we have powers that are undeniable, that are miraculous. And we have this power every single day. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do with your path. And if you feel like you made the wrong decision, okay, maybe you did. If it's something that we can work with, then let's go, right? If it's not workable, we need to find the very source of it and stop that shit. Right then. Right? Just because you've done something wrong doesn't mean that you can't start over today. It doesn't mean that life has ended. It doesn't end till it's ended. And I hope that you live as long as possible and get to enjoy this world while you can. Yes, it may seem like this world is a horrible, horrible place, but there's a lot of good in it. At least what's left, right? So be the goodness in the world. Be yourself, even if you don't even know what that is yet. Be who you are right now. Because Just like the algorithm changes, so does life. We just haven't been paying attention to how fast it's been changing. And now we see it because it's in our face. Like I said, I'm never going to be this young again. I went out and did photo shoots with professional photographers and made covers of magazines. I mean, granted, they were online, but still. I'm 220 pounds right now, but I was a lot heavier before when I did those photos. So don't say that, oh, it's because of my weight. Oh, it's because of my age. Oh, it's because I have scars or wrinkles or, I have stretch marks or I have hair on my body in weird places or